we don't go after the house, number one. The first thing that we want to do is to cure the loan, because most folks do not want to go, they want to be the homeowner still, and they want to, find a way to continue to get better, to get stronger. So we don't offer to take the house. So most of our competition says, you know what, I'll buy your house. What we say is, let me lend you the money that you need in order to stop the foreclosure. So, and then we buy you the time that you need to become strong, 6 months, 12 months. If you pay on time, an FHA, you can refinance.
Welcome to the Real Estate Pros Show, where we interview real estate investing professionals from coast to coast, as well as the service providers that serve the real estate investing industry. Our goal is simple: share what's working now to help you improve and scale your business to the next level and meet the pros that can help you get there. Real Estate Pros is powered by Investor Fuel, America's leader in helping real estate investors and professionals build the business you need to live the life you've always dreamed of. Let's start today's show. Property insurance for real estate investors doesn't have to be difficult, but it does need to be there to protect you when you need it. MyInvestorInsurance.com not only provides insurance at 15 to 30% cheaper than traditional agencies, it's built specifically for real estate investors like you. You can set up an account in about 2 minutes, get quotes on properties, turn on and turn off insurance for your fix and flip or rental properties in around 2 minutes without having to talk to anyone directly, all through our portal. There's no better way or faster way to make sure you've got the coverage you need to protect you, and no more lengthy policies either. Once you're set up, you're billed monthly and prorated by the day for however long your policy is active. It's powered by MSI, the third largest independent MGA, with 1.5 million customers and more than $1 billion in cumulative premiums written. Get set up today in about 2 minutes at myinvestorinsurance.com/fuel.
Hey folks, welcome back to the show. Today's guest, Robert Ferra, is an investor and lender with decades of experience. You can find him online at latinloancap.com and across social media. Robert, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having me.
It's great to have you on here. And I always like to start off at the top of the show by asking guests how they got into real estate, but you're involved and you've been involved in so many different segments of real estate. I want to ask you, do you have an area of real estate that you got into before you got into the lending side?
No, I was an accountant before. I was an accountant and I hated my life. I did not want to be an accountant anymore. I answered an ad that said something along the lines where, we're looking for loan officer, bilingual loan officers, and no experience necessary, right? So I'm like, all right, no experience. Perfect. I got that. And I'm bilingual. So, and then I got into lending since in 1991.
So long time lender. And of course, lending has changed in the last handful of years, let alone since 1991. You've seen, of course, the cycles. You've seen people come and go. For folks that may be newer to the business, any advice to folks about how to weather the storms of market shifts as a lender?
Well, lending is about behavior. If you save and if you make more money than you spend, and if you are responsible and you pay your debt, right? So even though things change, lenders still follow behavior. So it just be good, be smart. Don't buy something for that you want before you're about to invest.
Yeah.
Don't overspend yourself, and just be smart. And lending and investing is about math, behavioral math. And if you can put the two and two together, you're always going to make right decisions. You're always going to buy, and the times and all of that, because I lived through the Y2K and the dot-com bubble and, 2008 and all of that, right? But banks still follow behavior. Banks still follow, what you did in the past, your behavior in the past is going to determine the outcome of the future. So if you save money and if you, are consistent at work and things of that nature, most likely that will continue and you'll still be able to obtain financing.
Now, when we talk about the lending space, especially right now, there does seem to be a lot of new products that are available. And then also there does seem to be a little bit of, I would say, shared space between the retail environment and the investor space with things like DSCR, right? Are you seeing this as well? And then also, are you seeing more people looking at investing because of these opportunities?
Stop living on an island and join the #1 mastermind in America for professional real estate investors. Investor Fuel is a community of hundreds of the nation's top investors working together to build stronger businesses and better lives. In addition to the amazing community of real estate investors acting as a board of advisors for one another, Investor Fuel members have access to 100% funding on purchase and repairs for our members only, a health insurance program, and benefits and discounts that more than pays for the membership of most of our members, meaning it's actually costing you money to not be a member of Investor Fuel. If you're looking to scale your business and build a business that allows you to live the life of your dreams, please visit investorfuel.com today and book a call with our team.
Well, there's a lot of possibilities, opportunities, just because of how we're looking in the whole picture of America, right? This and the way I invest, actually, I invest in debt. I don't invest in real estate, but I invest in debt. Right now, there's about 35,000 people losing their houses every month. So we reach out to them directly and we say, listen, what do you want to do? You want to stay in your house or you want to go, right? Now, if you want to stay in your house, I provide them a loan that is, just to cure the situation. And what we do at that point in time is we bring them current, and now they have 2 loans and one of them is paying us. And if they don't pay us, then we have the opportunity to go and take the house, right? We don't want to do that, but we could, right?
Yeah.
If they want to go, that is when all of these great solutions like DSCR loans come in, right? We pick up the house from them, we cure them, they did the house over to us, and we refinance them through some type of long-term financing for a commercial property, even if it is a single family house.
I want to get down into the weeds a little bit here, Robert, and talk about, how you breach these conversations and then, the scope of it. Like 35,000 homes across the country entering foreclosure is a huge number. And I'm in this space. This is where I really cut my teeth is in that distressed seller space, single family distressed seller space. As someone who's investing in this space, are you looking for someone who really has a foreclosure date coming up, or are you looking for someone who's like pre-foreclosure and maybe before they have their 30-day date?
We like to work with pre-foreclosure, but what happened is like folks believe that they're still gonna have some kind of miracle gonna happen for them, and by the time that they react, a lot of the times is when they have 10 days to go before sheriff's sale or whatever the case
That's
is,
true.
right? So, they think that they're going to get a modification, and they think that the attorney is going to help them out. And they think that, the family can come, and do something for them. And when they see that the bank is not helping them out, and the legal team is not helping them out, and nobody comes in and says, here's $50,000, then they react to our marketing. They call us, and we can move very fast, finding out things today like title and values and things of that nature doesn't take very long. So we're able to find out, if they're helpful, mortgageable in the future, or what happened, was it circumstantial, is it behavior, how did they end up in there? And we had to make a decision in like 2 days, and
Yeah.
then that's how we go about it.
When to your point, it's tough to explain to someone the severity of their situation until it's like right in front of their face, and then at that point they have no other option but to look at it. Otherwise, they're going to get evicted from their home. They're going to have a sheriff show up on their house and have to leave, right? But when we talk about that timeline, right? So they have a foreclosure date set. Now you're competing, and this is what I've done, so I know how difficult this is. Now you're competing with everyone else who's also reaching out to them. How do you differentiate yourself? And then also, what advice and feedback do you have folks who may be newer to the game and reaching out to those folks in a similar situation?
We don't go after the house, number one. The first thing that we want to do is to cure the loan. because most folks do not want to get, they want to be the homeowner still, and they want to, find a way to continue to get better, to get stronger. So we don't offer to take the house. So most of our competition says, you know what, I'll buy your house. What we say is, let me lend you the money that you need in order to stop the foreclosure. So, and then we buy you the time that you need to become strong, 6 months, 12 months. If you pay on time, an FHA, you can refinance. Obviously there's qualifications, right? But potentially you can refinance, right? Now, if they don't pay us, then we'll say, okay, let's talk about this, right? We don't go after the house automatically. We try to continue to help them. This is why I get an insane amount of opportunities and people saying yes to what I present, and and they complain about the competition. Say, everybody wants my house. I don't want to give up my house.
Yeah.
So
When you're going in from that, hey, how can we help standpoint, I'm imagining that.
If you're looking for consistent, high-quality leads, look no further than Investor Machine. Investor Machine isn't just another agency. It's the most sophisticated, data-driven lead generation company on the planet for real estate investors, and serves the role of being not just a lead generator for your business, but a marketing partner that is helping you achieve your goals along the way. Go to investormachine.com to learn more and schedule a call with our team today.
These people are behind. They can't get back up immediately. Is it typically 6 months? Is it a year? Is it case by case with every person?
typically, the loans that we give them is 18 to 24 months. So we
18,
give
so
them,
like 2
yeah,
years,
because that will give you enough time for you to become mortgageable again, to get a loan again, to show behavior, to show patterns, right? Because that's what lending is. Lending is, how we're doing right now. Are you going to be able to maintain it? So when we lend them, and by the way, obviously we have licenses to do residential lending. So every 6 months we stay on top of them. We call them and say, listen, can did you get a better job? Did you get a paid increase? What happened? So on and so forth, right? And if the answer is no, then you have two choices: sell the house to the open market, keep all the equity that you've been saving for many years or you've been building for many years, or sell it to us. Sell it to us, and we'll give you some money, and or we'll let you stay there as a tenant, help you out, get you strong again, give you the ability to buy it back, and so on and so forth. This is why my negotiations is so easy with a lot of these folks, because
Yeah.
I don't go after, hey, listen, you're about to fall apart, give me your house, and I don't do it that way.
There's not a tremendous number of people going about it the way that you're doing it. I've spoken to, across however many podcasts that I've done, I've spoken to one other person who's focused on keeping people in the home. And it's difficult to do, right? This is why most of the time people are going cash offer. But because you're a lender, you have a different lens with which you view the situation. Do you think there will be more lenders like yourself and folks getting involved to try to keep people in the home, or are there factors that make that so difficult that there's really not too much competition in that space?
Well, I come from a lending mindset. All right. So, and by the way, I'm not all that interested in the real estate. I'm more interested in the liquidity. I'm more interested in because obviously when we lend money, we create a margin, and we, like you would with a regular loan. You put points, and you charge things, and so on and so forth, right? So we do all of that. Then we sell these notes. We don't even keep the notes. We sell them to investors. That way we keep the liquidity going. And if we had to pick up the property, we prefer to either sell it back to the investor, the note, or sell it to the open market right away if we have to.
If you're a new or newer real estate investor looking to launch or grow your real estate investing business, please check out Investor Fuel Club. It's a coaching community, but unlike anything you've ever seen before. And you can actually partner with members of our mastermind from coast to coast on deals right in your market. There's no better opportunity to build a consistent business than to literally partner with pros to help you avoid costly mistakes, avoid the need for capital to do deals, and help you eliminate your fears as you're starting your business. Learn more about Investor Fuel Club at investorfuel.com/club.
Now, when that happens, I'm imagining there's multiple, processes here. So you've got the note portion of it, but then you've got, hey, this person isn't making their payments. We've got to go find an investor or open market. So do you have like teams within teams that handle each
Yeah, yeah.
segment of it? Because I'm imagining that's a separate process.
Well, there's a lot of legal things that you have to, legal steps you have to take, right? So, we have the whole full representation on the legal side, and then we have investors all over the country. I teach Latinos how to think like investors, how to think like banks, and so on and so forth, right? So, and additionally, there's a lot of investors outside of America that would like to invest in America.
Yeah.
So a lot of my investors are from, Argentina and Colombia, Dominican Republic, Mexico, obviously all over the country in here. So a lot of folks, it's not that hard to sell it to investors, particularly because this house, when I lend them, I always make sure that they have a minimum of 70%, 30% equity. So the max,
Okay.
the max that I do is a combined of CLTV of 70, right? So I don't go past that. So even when there's default and things of that nature, the deal still makes a lot of sense. And that's lending.
I want to pivot a bit here and ask you, and there may be nothing folks in this situation can do, but if folks had, an arm rate loan, they took it out 5 years ago or less, right? And now their rates have gone up and they can't afford to stay in their home. Do folks in this situation with newer homes or close to brand new homes have any options if they're in a break even or negative equity position?
Well, yeah, but potentially when we look at that, right? So if the LTV is too high or there's no equity or then we look at the rate. We look at, what are you paying? What's the fair market value of a rent of that property if I was to take it and rent it, right? And how long would it take me to be able to flip it or what are the cases, right? Does it need money to flip it? Does it, it could, is the LTV too high because of the conditions of the property, right? So yeah, we look at a lot of different things.
Now you're in Fort Lauderdale, beautiful Fort Lauderdale, Florida. I was telling you, I love Fort Lauderdale. I'm a huge fan. I'm there like 5 times a year. One of my favorite places in the country. But I'm also licensed in Texas, and so when I think of some of my favorite places to look at real estate, I'm looking at deals in the Carolinas, in Florida, in Texas, in Alabama. When you're looking at distressed debt assets, are you looking in those same markets? Or are you also looking in other areas? We both lived in New Jersey, for instance. Do you ever look at deals in New Jersey?
South Jersey, yes. I like South Jersey, West Jersey, not so much Bergen County or Hudson County. Taxes are too high and things of that nature, right? So if they don't pay this, it becomes a little tougher for me to maintain the payments or whatever the case is. But Texas is fantastic. Central North Florida, we like it a lot. The Carolinas, the Midwest, some of the South like Tennessee and Virginia, we like it because I've lived in so many years in Jersey. I still want to help folks in Jersey, so
Yeah, me
we
too.
we do something in Jersey. So there's a lot of there's a lot of laws and regulations by state. So we just gotta make sure that the states that are that allow me to help and allow me to do these things without too much regulation, then, those are the states that we'll go after. And, because a lot of the state, when you lend money, you have to go either by a contract or what the state allows you to lend it to, right? And cost and, rates and stipulations and things of that nature. So we look a lot into those things, but Texas is fantastic. Florida is very, very good. It's probably like one and two. Then the Carolinas, we like Virginia, we like and the Midwest and some of the South. We like Denver. I mean, we like Colorado. We like so a lot of the like California, we don't like very much. And even though there's an insane amount of opportunities, we don't like it.
Yeah.
The state, the regulations of the state and the cost of the real estate and the taxes and things, they're very expensive. So it doesn't make sense for
It,
Nevada doesn't make sense either. It's just like, one good town for like a better, So
Yeah, it can be cost prohibitive. I hear you there. We are coming up on time here, though, Robert. Any new projects that you're working on, or how can our audience reach out to you and your team?
well, the best way to get to me is through my cell phone. I answer every call. I'm always busy, therefore I'm always available. So my number is 954-614-6316. And then, the company's is Latin Loan Capital for, normal fix or flip loans, bridge loans, and things of that nature. And Save My Nest for folks that want to either find out more about saving houses, investing in debt, and things like that.
Robert, thank you so much for your time today. Thanks for coming on the show.
Thank you. You're very kind.
Thanks for joining us for today's show. You can learn more about the amazing benefits of the Investor Fuel Mastermind community, including surrounding yourself with hundreds of other rock stars, 100% financing on your deals, and members-only discounts from vendors you're likely already using that, as a member of Investor Fuel, will save you more than the cost of your membership. Visit investorfuel.com to learn more. You can also check out the show's notes for access to free resources, how to get access to world-class lead generation, and even how to work with me directly one-on-one. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss another episode. See you on the next show.